Greetings, fellow book lovers, and welcome back to Colin's Corner. Today we are going to quickly go over my TBR for February, but before we do, we of course have to go over the answer for last video's Comedy with Colin segment, where I asked you guys to joke, why shouldn't you trust artists? The answer? They can be sketchy. Alright, with that out of the way, guys, let's get on with this list. The first book I'm reading in February, because it's been on 3 previous TBRs, and I am not putting it off anymore, is The Prophet of Edan. Let me have 1 second here to find it. Boom. The Prophet of Edan. By, of course, Philip Chase. This is the second book in the Edan trilogy. In the first book, we learned about a holy war in Aormenland, which is the world that Philip has created, and the holy war is being waged by the priests of the Way. Our main character, Dayraven, is part of the resistance alongside sorceress Sakara, and in the fight against a truly horrible villain in Supreme Priest Bledla. Book 1 leaves us yearning for more, so I'm extremely excited to finally, putting this off for way too long, finally be getting to The Prophet of Edan. Alright guys, the next book I plan on reading in February is going to be In Cold Blood by Truman Capote. I am going to be doing this as a buddy read with Britain from the channel Some Okie Dude, and I've been putting this one off for a really long time, again because it is my Patreon pick on Jimmy's Patreon for Jimmy from the Fantasy Network, and I kind of wanted to read it alongside him, but the itch is just becoming too unbearable to not scratch, and I want to finally dig my teeth into In Cold Blood. This tells the story of the murder of the Clutter family by the 2 perpetrators, Eugene Hickok and Perry Edward Smith. Now, the cover flap says that Capote's account of this horrific event is so detailed that the reader comes to feel almost like a participant. This read is a bit out of my comfort zone, but I'm excited to give it a try and experience something different. I know it's not probably going to be a read with many rewarding, happy moments, but I feel like, part of my goal this year is to challenge myself as a reader, and this is one of the books that I want to do that with. Next up, guys, I plan on reading the 4th and final book of the Rainwilds Chronicles, titled Blood of Dragons, by, of course, Robin Hobb. Now, as of the filming of this video, I'm about halfway through the 3rd book, City of Dragons, and man, with each installment of this series, I have just become more and more invested in this story and these characters. I'm noticing some very subtle connections to other novels in the series, and some direct overlaps, which just warms my heart to see, and I'm assuming this 4th book will be a lot of action, so I can't wait to read Blood of Dragons and see where this specific storyline in the realm of the Elderlings leaves us, and how all of this is going to tie in to the greater storyline at large. Alright guys, the 4th and final book that I plan on starting in February, but definitely not finishing, is going to be Billy Summers by Stephen King. My sister and I, if you guys are unfamiliar, are doing kind of just a constant buddy read in the background of having just a Stephen King book that we're both reading and discussing, and I'm kind of letting her pilot this buddy read by just choosing the books from what she owns, and Billy Summers is the one that she chose, and I have not read it yet, so I'm very excited. This one is allegedly about a hitman, but a hitman with a sense of morality where he will only take contracts that basically are to kill somebody that deserves it. This novel is apparently the last job that this hitman is taking on, and just about everything you could think of goes wrong. Of course, why wouldn't it? So if you've read Billy Summers, then let me know what you thought about it in the comments below, because I don't know a whole lot about this one. I never see it really in people's all-time favorites, but I don't really see it in people's disliked King books either, so if you've read it, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. That is going to do it for my current reading plans in February. I'm sorry I haven't been getting a ton of content out the last couple weeks, but the new semester just started, so I'm trying to balance reading and content creation and school and work, and it's a lot, but I do want to put some more videos out. That's going to be a goal of mine. I would love to do, I will definitely be releasing a video for my review of Memories of Ice, so be on the lookout for that. But with all that being said, let me know what you guys have on the menu for February. Before we go, we of course have to do this video's comedy with Colin, and today's joke is going to be, what is a balloon's least favorite type of music? If you think you know the answer, drop it down in your comment below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I hope you guys are all enjoying what you're currently reading, and remember, you're always welcome in Colin's Corner.